My name is Azaria.
Ariana.
And I'm Maya.
And this is Girl's Eye. What is up, you guys? This is the day that I've been waiting for, you've been waiting for. This is the official launch of Girl's Eye. And today we're talking on the topic of friendship. The good,
The bad.
And the ugly.
Now let's get into the discussion. I would just say the good in a friendship are things like having people to talk to, people you can relate to, someone who's always there for you.
Like having people that I'm always laughing with, like no matter how serious the situation
That's
is.
important.
Yeah.
Having someone you can laugh with is
Yeah.
important.
And I don't know, like I guess trips to like Six Flags or something, or always having people to discuss like homework or just someone just to hang out with all the time. They're always there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had friends. I'll call them associates now. They were my friends at one point, but they weren't funny. So being around them, it was just dry. Like I don't really know what to say. And when people are just what's that word? Serious all the time? Yeah, when they're just serious all the time, it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like being around them, you're just like, can I say this? Are they gonna take this the wrong way?
Yeah, because
But-
I'm a funny person. You know, I like to joke around a lot. And I don't want to joke around and no one, I wouldn't say like no one laughs or like, you know, get the joke or something. It just makes it like, anything? I'm not gonna laugh, smile.
Hello? Is
Like,
anyone here?
You're right.
I think really just one of the best things about friends is just you always have someone.
Yeah. Like if you can't talk to your parents or like a family member, like you could at least have a friend to like talk to if you can't have that communication with your parents or whatever.
Yeah, I know school is supposed to be a place of learning, but it's really distracting when you have all your friends there because it's just like, this is my girl. Like, I just want to talk to her. I just want to, I don't know. Even being in class with one of your friends is hard.
Group projects and partners. Like,
Yeah.
just laughing the whole time.
Yeah, or when something happens and if you guys have like the same mindset, something funny happens in class, you guys could be all the way across the room from each other, but you know you guys are gonna look at each other at the same time with that look like, girl, did that just happen? I love that. You can't do that with just a random person in your class because then they're like, what's she looking at me for? What does that look mean?
Yeah. Even the weekends, go chill at their house, spend a night, have a great time.
Yeah, having someone that you can really just connect with anytime. Yeah, like I said, that's at the top. I just really think having someone that has your back no matter what, that's a good thing about friendship.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Girls Eye. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're thinking of leveling up next year, and I mean really leveling up, then keep on watching. Now, let me start off this video with asking you a question. Have you ever, deep down inside, felt like you needed to let certain people go, but immediately felt guilty right afterwards? Trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about. But what I want to share with you is something that I've learned over the past few months. And that is that in your life, there's actually 3 categories of friends. First is your growth friends, second one is your maintenance friends, and third is your loser friends. Now, your growth friends are the people that you kind of want to spend the most time with. These are the people that are leveling you up, that are inspiring you, and more often than not, they're either at the same level as you or they are more successful than you. These are the people that are going to help you grow a lot faster and that contribute a lot of value to your life. But not only this, your growth friends are the people that are educating you, that are challenging you, that are actually forcing you to level up. These are the people that you want to surround yourself with. Then,
So, bad things about friendship. You guys want to start, or would
Losing
you like me
them,
to go?
I guess. Losing your friends, or like losing like the friendship you had when they like move or something.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're like close. Yeah, I guess like that.
The distance.
Yeah, like it's not like it was on purpose. It just like slowly happened while school went on, and like you realize you're not as close anymore.
Yeah, I've that's kind of happened to me just a little bit when I changed schools. I think I told you guys this before. I changed schools after 8th grade. So going into high school, I was a freshman at a brand new school. And the people that I were friends with before I moved schools, I had been with them. I had known them since kindergarten. The school district that I grew up in was really small. So everyone knew each other. Our parents, a lot of my friends, our parents went to school together. Their parents went to that same school. So it was like we all were really close. And then I changed schools, and it was like I'm just right over the bridge, not that far. Yeah. But it was like, dang, this is kind of different. I have a few friends who are, I haven't seen them for a while, but every time I do talk to them, it's like I see them every day. We click back. But I have multiple friendships. Well, I guess you could say past friendships now, where we just don't connect anymore. And it wasn't on purpose. Before I changed schools, it was like we were inseparable, but just that distance. Yeah.
Well, the bad thing for me is like getting into a fight with them, like an argument, because over some dumb stuff, that is kind of like heartbroken, because like I had an argument with my friend on Friday about some crazy at the school that happened to her, and I guess she thought I told somebody, which I didn't, and she got mad at me, and just it got me frustrated, because like we've been through a lot together as friends, like even though I only know her this year, but if like it hurt me, because like how could you say this stuff to me after all I done for you and stand beside you, even though people didn't really like her that much. Like I was basically the only one that she could talk to at lunch and passing periods and stuff like that. So that's the one thing I hate about bad friendships sometimes, because it hurts a lot.
I think both of those go under something I was thinking about. One of the worst things about friendship, even though friendships are great, one of the worst things are, I feel like, the unspoken rules, like the unwritten rules. There's so many things. There's a lot of unspoken rules, like in society, that people just think are common sense. But there's some people, you're raised different. They are raised with different backgrounds, different morals. So it's like some people don't know about those boundaries, and they cross those lines, and it can be taken, different, depending on the situation, the person. So you never really know how to react. Like, I have a friend. We're just gonna call her. We're gonna call her Sarah.
Okay. Sarah.
Okay.
I'm really close with Sarah. I haven't known her for that long, maybe 2 years max. But we've gotten really close in the 2 years that I've known her. And she just doesn't have these boundaries. Like, it's almost kind of like common sense. And she does certain things. And my initial response would be, to get angry. But it's like, okay, hold on. Let me pause, not make a big deal out of this. This isn't something that she probably didn't, learn, or this is not okay. Or she probably didn't grow up thinking, oh, this is not okay. And, everyone grows up different. So, you have to just stop sometimes and assess the situation.
And just think
and like teach, teach. Because, everyone's different backgrounds.
I guess another unspoken rule is like, I guess like if your friend's not if they don't like a person, they kind of don't want to see you talking to them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
hanging
hate
out
that.
with them, but like it's kind of conflicting because you may still have a close bond with that other person, but your like best friend or friend doesn't like them, so it's kind of like hard to choose which one.
Yeah, and you don't want to feel like you're betraying
Yeah,
like
You
your
feel
other
bad.
friend, but then you're like, I'm friends with this person too, so I
Yeah.
can't neglect them.
Yeah,
That's hard.
that happened to me one time. My friend had picked a fight with my other friend, and after that, she told everybody in our little group area to not talk to this girl and don't hang out with this girl. And I'm thinking like, I can't cut her off because you had got into a fight with her or stuff like that. So I kept on talking to the girl. Then my other friend got mad at me and she said, well, if you're gonna talk to her, then we can't be cool. I was like, why would you say that? And like, because like I'm a nice person, you know, I don't cut nobody off. Like if you see me, I have a lot of friends and high fives and stuff. Like, it's just me. I'm a nice person and I can't cut nobody off because it's not my style or because of what you guys had or what your situation was, whatever. And so that's just kind of upset to me when people do that because it's very annoying. It's like,
You don't want to make it seem like you're picking sides,
Right.
Because you're like, well, I don't have a problem with this person.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I can understand if I had a problem with someone and here goes my best friend just being all up under her.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna be like, excuse you, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I think it also goes in with like trust. You have to have trust with your friendship, because the people have two very close friends, and the people that I'm the closest with, I know they would never run and tell my business because I trust them, and we just have that, that friendship, that trust established in our relationship. But that's not always the case. So you're gonna have those friends who are like, I don't like her, you don't like her.
Yeah. But it's just irritating because if you don't want no one else to talk to, then why would you pick a fight with her? It's just, you could have kept it casual and just talked to a teacher or something about the problem that
It's
you guys
stressful.
had. Yeah.
So with that problem, how would you say you handled the situation?
I handled it like it was just smooth. I just kept on talking to the girl, and my other friend, she's not talking to me no more. I try to say hi and keep it normal, but so I just handled it like nothing happened.
Okay. What would you do with that situation?
Well, I had it was like both of my close friends are arguing, and then I was like, after about a week, I was tired of it, so I just went to Sally, and then I just told her to go to the lunch table, and we all they just hashed it out, because I mean they're close friends too, and it was over silly stuff, and so they're friends now, they're good.
Which most of the problems with our age, or I feel like even adults as well, most of the problems are
small.
silly. It's like this was a minor inconvenience that turned blew up to something way bigger than it had to be. But I think that's a good thing, which maybe you can, use this in the future, or now you guys can use it in the future too. But sitting down and having a conversation really helps. Communication is the key with almost anything.
That's what I was saying to my friend that day. Like, why can't you guys just talk about it? Or just why can't y'all just go to a table and just be y'all two and then talk about the situation that y'all having, instead of picking a fight and making a big old scene out of it and having the whole school know what's going on? Because that's just doing too much, And it's just like,
well, maybe next time that's what you do. Maybe next time you initiate the conversation. Like, I'm friends with both of you guys. I'm tired of this because you're putting me in the middle of it. You're compromising my comfortability within this friendship. And I don't like that. And you're compromising my place in being held in the lives of both of you. So I know earlier this school year, so I would say maybe September-ish of 2018, I got into an argument with one of my two closest friends. And the one that I got in an argument with, both of us are stubborn. And it's ridiculous. And we were in a group chat. Well, we have this friend group chat. And the other one that wasn't in the conflict, she was like texting. And she asked me like, Azaria, something about Mario. And I was like, girl, I don't know. Ask her. I'm not her mama. I'm not Mario. You need to ask her. And that went on for like a while. And I don't even remember what we were arguing over. But my friend Sarah, she texted in the group chat. She was like, listen, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of having to talk to 3 different people to get you guys to communicate on something. And it doesn't make any sense. So she was like, you guys need to get over yourselves and solve it. I don't care how you solve it, but you need to solve it. So I think initiating conversation, that really helps. Because I would have never did that on my own just because I'm stubborn. Yeah. So, yeah, initiating conversation, communication.
Well, next time I'll do that, and you guys should do it too. It probably will help much better. Next time I do that. And thank you.
Try not to be stubborn like me, because it doesn't get you anywhere. I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress, but progression helps. So we've had the good, the bad,
now the ugly.
The ugly in friendships.
Stay tuned because we'll be right back.
Then, for lack of better word, you've got your loser friends. And your loser friends are the people that you know you need to let go of, and after you hang out with them, you feel exhausted, you feel drained, you regret seeing them, and they aren't contributing to your happiness or your success at all. However, because of history or because you're too afraid to say no, you still keep them around. With that being said, that's why I made today's video, because I want to give you awareness of the 3 loser friends that are in your life that you need to let go of, even if it's hard, so that you can really flourish and blossom and whatever, live your best life in 2019. Now, if you're ready to learn more about this, then keep on watching. Now, the first loser friend is called the energy vampire. These are the types of friends where after you hang out with them, you feel immediately drained, or you regret picking up the phone, or you even regret hanging out with them in the first place because your emotions and your energy gets negatively affected by being around them. Now, energy vampires only see the negative in life, they complain a lot, and they also lack emotional maturity. In other words, energy vampires either unintentionally or intentionally feed off of your emotions, your energy, and your time. Often with energy vampires, you feel like it's a one-sided relationship. Every time you hang out with them, it's kind of like you're forced to see only their view of the world, and they're not really willing to change. You try to inject more positivity, optimism into their life, but unfortunately, they're very stubborn in the way that they see the world, and they aren't willing to necessarily change. But rather, they complain, they talk about how everything bad happens to them, and they kind of usually have a victim mindset. And as hard as it is to let go of an energy vampire, someone who obviously depends on you for emotional support, being friends with energy vampires kill your success in the long run because they negatively affect your ability to think and perform. In other words, they really deplete your energy tank, which may leave you feeling frustrated, irritable, and just plain exhausted at the end of the day.
So with the ugly, I think it kind of goes along with the bad. It's like those unspoken rules that, what are these unspoken rules? Like, what are they? They're unspoken. And it's like, I'm supposed to, comply to this. So,
so there's this boy in our group, and my friend dated him.
Mm-hmm.
They broke up a while ago. Let's call him TJ. And let me tell you, when he found another girlfriend, my friend, she had that jealousy mode. She just, went off on the girl. And, it was crazy. They started arguing, calling each other names, saying this and that. And, after 2 days, everybody just went their own separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what just happened? Hold on, rewind. I was so confused. And it's just why would you fight over a boy that you don't date no more? You already had that situation with him. And you're fighting this girl because she's dating your ex. I can't stand that,
Mm-hmm.
how people do that stuff. And it's just crazy. Like, why? And then like, let's say a couple weeks later, the group, I guess, went back together. I was so lost. And I'm the quiet one. See, I don't do all that drama. I'm the quiet one. So I'm just looking at what's going on. And then the group went back together. And I'm like, what just happened? Hold on.
I remember this particular time, middle school, we had a big group of friends. There was about like 11 of us, and we were all like really tight, like a really close group of friends. And there was one of us, we're going to call her Sally.
Sally, okay.
Sally and Sarah are the names for today. I'm gonna call her Sally. Sally was one of the quiet ones in our group.
Yeah.
And she was really sweet now that I think about it. At the time, I didn't see that. I was just following along in the footsteps of all my other friends. So Sally's the quiet one. We have, we're going to call her other one Veronica.
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
Veronica.
If there's a Veronica watching this is not about you. I'm just picking random names. Sally too. But Veronica was kind of like the pack leader of the pack.
Yeah.
And me wanting to be very close to her, I kind of did what she did, and
yeah,
I didn't like who she didn't like. And so one time, Veronica told me that Sally did this, and Veronica didn't like it. It was something minor. And I was like, Sally did this. I don't like Sally no more. So I wasn't, I didn't just start being rude with her, but I kind of had like an attitude with her. And then, everyone else in the group started picking it up. And then we were like, we can't stand Sally. And it was all over this one thing that happened between Sally and Veronica. And so what we did was, this is so terrible. I do not suggest doing this at all. But what we did was we all got in this circle, and we all decided to just tell Sally about herself. We was like, we don't like this. You doing this. You're not going to be this. You doing this. Wow. And Sally was crying. And I kind of felt bad because I was like, wow, I just hurt this person's feelings over something that had really nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just following, kind of wanting to be around, or that person that being influenced by your other friends. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that no one talks about, kind of, because I feel like everyone has a moment where they're trying to fit in, and everyone's had this, I feel like. I know for sure.
Yeah.
I have. But trying to be your own individual person, your unique self in a group of friends, it's hard. Yeah. And when you're being influenced, and when you're being influenced by the wrong thing, that can cause a friendship to go way left. I mean, luckily we patched it up with Sally. I was in like 6th grade. Luckily, we patched it up with Sally. Me and Sally are good to this day. But that's something that no one really talks about.
Yeah. My middle school, like 7th grade, crazy. Like, I was just like I was a follower too. I was in someone else's shadows. Like this girl, let's call her Heaven.
Heaven?
Yeah, Heaven. I don't know.
Random names.
Yeah. She was a big girl, and we were cool because like I had no one to talk to, so she helped me with that. But we were cool. But then after a couple of days and weeks went by, she was kind of not a good person to being like to follow.
She's showing her true colors.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And like I'm telling you, like she almost got me in trouble. I almost got in trouble with that girl. Like she did so much terrible things. She bullied this girl and then hit on this guy, and then like tell me if I talk to this person, it's gonna be issues. And I'm just like, what the heck I got myself into? And so like one day I was so close to like getting suspended of what she did, and then only because I was in the situation. And like, it was crazy. And then my dad found out and he told me I can't, like, my dad's crazy. Like, he would say if I ever hang out with this girl again and she ever tries to get me in trouble, he was gonna go crazy on her. And like, I was just like, but she's my friend and this and that. But like, he was like, no excuses. Like, you almost got in trouble with this girl. I'm like, and then I had to tell her, and then she got mad at me, and I was like,
knowing boundaries and intentions. That's a good thing too. There's a lot of times I know people can come across kind of like they're using you.
Yeah.
And that they don't care about like
your feelings,
whether you're good or not. Like those friendships where someone's like, I don't care if you get in trouble. We're getting in trouble together. That's not good. Those intentions are not good. And that's one of the things I feel like are ugly about friendships, because you can be so close with someone that you're blinded to what's really happening, and you have to kind of have like a reality check. Like, is this friendship really good for me? Do they care about me and my future and what's happening to me? Do they even care enough about themselves and their future that I should be friends with them? And that's hard, especially if you've grown up with someone or you've been close with them for a long time. Yeah. Like that, it's hard trying to set boundaries and
try to get back to how they used to be or whatever. Because like, it was just crazy. I know this girl since we were 5 years old, and she moved to another school when we were. Like, when she was 10 and I was 11, so she was, like, under me, you know? Mm-hmm. And then around, like, I saw her, like, at the park one time, because I was going to a park, and I saw her. And when I'm telling you, she acts so different from what I remember her from. I was like, she looks so familiar, but I can't recognize her. And then she was like, Ariana. I was like, who is that?
One of the things I've had to learn is to look at the situation and look at a person and the relationship that you had with that person. And you have to really think like, maybe they were just for a part of my life. So I think of life kind of like a chapter. And you think about those characters. Maybe this character was for chapters 4 through 5, but we're moving on to chapter 6 right now. Yes. So you have to let people go. That doesn't mean you can't still love them and you can't still, have those memories. Of course, you've had that time, but growing apart is real. Sometimes you grow together, sometimes you outgrow.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, but you have to look at the situation like, okay, what have I learned from this? What did they teach me? What did I teach them? What were the possible, positive outcomes from this friendship? And then, you move on. You move on. You've learned almost every relationship, friendship, you've learned something, whether it was about yourself, something you like or don't like. Even if it was they did something wrong or they did something bad, you learned, okay, this is not what I want. Yeah. Or even this is what I like. This is what I want. This is what I look forward in the next friendship. And you just, you got to keep going. You just think of, positive thinking. That really helps.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so that was the end of our broadcast. Today we discussed friendship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. See you next time.
Right, this is just part 1. Join us at part 2 coming up next month.
You guys, we are just barely scratching the surface. Friendship is such a broad topic. So yes, like she said, join us for part 2 where we'll be talking about what does it look like to be a friend. A lot of people want friends, but they don't know how to be a friend. To have friends, you have to be one first. Follow us on all of our social media, on Facebook at Club Stride, on Instagram at Club Stride, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Girls Eye. I'll be waiting for you. Peace out.